Hello everyone, thanks for watching. This is Sullivan Adams giving my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, episode 122 and 123. The reason why the episode is coming so late and I'm running on this view is because there was a malfunction and with the translator to some kind of error with the translator for the episodes when it came sub, so the episodes for both this week and last week were postponed, but now they've officially come out. Let's start with the first episode, Glory on the Academia. Now, this episode, BB is going crazy right now. He's about to card Sayer and stuff, which is pretty big, we also got to see in the opening, Shun and his sister Rudy, Shun is trying to carry his sister Rudy, but remember, he just got back from after he just went through that hell of a battle with the Obelisk Force. That means he's not what you call at 100%. And yet Shun still came because he knows that his sister's here. So right now it's up to B. Shun, he passes out from the pain, stuff like that. Shun is one tough guy, so he's not going to just go out so easily, It's something you got to think about. Then you got Sanders. Sanders is about to be carded right now by BB and stuff, and Yuya can't do nothing but watch. It's definitely overall very thing, but he's trying to find a way to reason with BB. But he sees that he sees something in him, the way BB hesitates and attacks. And it's similar to how he is when he goes into a corner when people try to laugh and make fun of him. He hides himself behind his goggles. Like, he's trying to get through to BB, know that dueling isn't just a tool for conflict. Remember, Academia turned dueling into a tool for warfare. And that's because of their leader, Acapulco, was ambitious to dominate the entire dimensions, overall. That's Acapulco's ultimate goal. Overall, that's something you gotta think about. Remember, from what I see, he was like raised as a soldier for all these years, and Sander was the one who helped turn him. But this duel, was hitting incredible. Even though the Academia students,
the new Yokai Watch 2 games are here. You can discover.
Even though the Academia students, overall, they do their best. When you look at it, it's definitely very incredible. They're seeing this duel. Even though their friends have been carded, they still take glory to the Academia. These kids have been twisted into a bad sort of way, into believing that what they believe is right. But it's not their fault. They were raised that way. However, Yuya tries to make them see treat dueling in a different way, with entertainment dueling, to make with smiles. Overall, that's the right way to duel overall, which is something I believe in too. The duel continues. We get to see Jackie use his double tuning and brings out Tyrant and Red Demon's Dragon's Tyrant. He does that. I bet he summoned out his ultimate card. Overall, he managed to destroy Great Fortress, or Gladiator Beast Fortress, but then BB summons out Great Fortress, which not only negates Tyrant's effect, but also takes all the Gladiator Beasts that were destroyed and puts them from a graveyard and puts them in and on the field. So whenever the monsters attack, they have to battle the Gladiator Beast first. So basically, he has to do best. Yuya, he tries to figure a way out and does his best, and best to go around it by using entertainment. How he does this with him up and clean, and he turns the whole field into like this canvas. A canvas is that thing where artists, where artists, stay there and then they paint, overall a blank canvas, so you can paint on. That's something you got to think about, When you think about that, that's pretty cool, overall. The way he does this, and he summons out 4 of his monsters, the 4 monsters that were in, and he summons out a new monster, Undercover Hippo, another Hippo monsters. I think the Hippos are kind of like his signature, monsters. Overall, it's something you got to think about. It's pretty impressive when the way he does it. He uses all 5 monsters. He uses all 5 monsters in the best way. He manages to block the 4 Gladiator Beasts, but BB managed to summon out a 5th one just in case, But he's not gonna let this all, block him. And he manages to do his best, even using his entertainment. He even starts like this paint fight between the Gladiator Beasts and his entertainment and anime monsters, which is pretty impressive. I say, it shows that you can do it, but also have fun without violence, overall. which is what BB was to learn only violence. There's more to people than that. I mean, even though he carded Crow, he carded 5 other people. He carded a whole bunch of people probably way before that. He's still a human being, overall. And he uses his own strategy against him in the best way. Hey, when you think about it. Seeing how he handled it, it's like way different than you right there. I mean, we thought that he wasn't the kind of guy you could possibly reach, overall, because this guy was an animal, straight up an animal, overall. Well, this guy like did, he was an animal overall. He did all that harm, and yet Yuya still tried to find some good within him. Because Yuya, he's not the kind of person who will give up that easy. As the protagonist, he's trying to find another way to connect to people. He wants to connect people with smiles and not just conflict overall. That which is a good thing. I mean, overall, that's something you got to think about. Especially, but then there's the end of the episode. We get to see that Renji and Yusha Sakaki, they finally reunite after 3 years. Even though it was Renji's fault, for sending him there in the first place, Renji, they fight and say, hey, I'm not gonna let you run out of a match on me this time. I mean, now that was your fault. I mean, and then things got even more hectic as Yuri shows up. Yuri, and the way it zooms in on in his face, that sinister face of Yuri's. And I really like how they try to make him as dark and as evil as possible. Because out of all 4 Yujas, he is the darkest of the dark, especially his dragon and Star Venom, which is a monster, a straight up real monster like his owner, overall. Anyway, we get to the next episode. The Gargantuous, his mechanical dragon, which is this episode is going to be about Yuri versus Asuka, aka Alexis from GX, and I really like how they did it because you get to see so many things, like overall. You get to see the Asuka, who's one of the best duelists, who they go up against Yuri. We all know what happens in the end, but Yuri, he messes with her a little bit, uses a ancient gear deck like Kronos. We even get to see some backstory a little bit. In the beginning of the episode, there was some flashback to what happened, and it was mostly from Yusho's, and Asuka's, point of view. But then we get to the episode, how they split up. Sure, he manages to split them up. And he drops his, the bars down, but he also traps himself and unable to escape and use his dual disc, which is pretty problematic because he's stuck there. Yeah. And Shusho is a little bit shocked seeing that Yuri's there because he sounds and talks like you, and honestly looks a lot like Yuya. And that's also accredited because the same actor who voices Yuya also voices Yuri. I think that's it. It's a very people like that, or his twin brother. I don't know. Something else, which is pretty creative overall. Which is something you gotta like. I definitely like how they did it. Because now that Yusho and Renji they're together, they're gonna find a way to do things a little differently overall. Now that they're together, they're gonna find a way to crush Academia. However, they're gonna leave Asuka with Yuri. Seeing how Yuri messes with Asuka is so hard to watch. It's very interesting to watch because the way he messes with her, and he even gives her the choice which deck you should choose. Like Yuri wants to use his deck or use the deck for honor students that uses the ancient gear monsters. Because apparently Yuri was very strong as a child, but he was also afraid of because of his strength. Unlike Asuka, who was strong, but people loved her. People loved her a lot. I guess you could say, hey, he was an outcast because he was so strong, and he had any friends, he probably would have been a nice guy, overall. Seeing how these two go back and forth in a duel, Alexis Asuka going first, she does 2 ritual summons in one turn, which is something we've never seen. I mean, ritual summon, a lot of people have forgotten ritual summoning, but it's a part of the game and a part of the story. I mean, there is ritual summoning. I mean, a lot of people have used ritual summoning. Well, not many people used ritual summoning before. There was Pegasus. There was Pegasus, Yugi. I think Yugi was the first who did ritual summon. He was the first who summoned. I think Pegasus. Who else? Enough about that later. I think in GX, someone else Alexis did ritual summoning as well, but there was another who did ritual summoning. others who did ritual summoning, but because of the different summoning methods, fusion, synchro, Xyz, Dylan, but it was supposedly forgotten. But ritual's still there. It's overall you got seeing how they go back and forth as Asuka she summons out her two ritual monsters, Ever Angel, Nitra, both of them. And she summoned out both of them because they both have the ability to not only block attacks, but also take half the attack points of a monster and add it to her life force. So basically, she's not only stopping an assault, but increasing her own chances of survival. But Yuri, the way he uses the ancient gear deck, he uses two spell cards to summon out two monsters at once, but at the same time, and summoning out a fearsome monster. To gear, here Wyvern and Box. Also here, ancient, Dragon, Malefic Dragon. Seeing how he summons that card out, it's pretty interesting. The way he does it, the way he does it, he messes with Asuka using the deck, but using the deck to his advantage. It seems that Yuri. The way he messes with Asuka, because Asuka was one of the best students at Academia, what you call a bright student, one of the tops, but then she betrayed him. I think the way he messes with it as payback for her betrayal. Even though Asuka she does what no people done. She brought Yuri down to hurt him. He brought Yuri down to 100 life points, even destroying all his polymerization cards using fusion destruction. Yuri still came out on top, And the way in the end, when Asuka saying you could escape Academia and you start turning people into cards, big friends and stuff like that. But Yuri, he's not that kind of guy. He's not that kind of guy to make friends. The only person who saw something in it was the professor, and the professor told him about the Arc Area project, and he could turn people into cards and say that he should be destroyed. And the fact that he went psycho, he became the strongest in this purple dark aura around him. And what I saw in the Professor Akabalia was something we haven't seen so far in the series. When you saw in Yuri, you saw something we never seen him do before. He shed fear. He showed fear. And when Yuri used super polymerization, super fusion in the original, fusing Asuka's monster with his own, Asuka managed to take back Ancient Kid Malefic Dragon, and he used it to her advantage, but he used Super Fusion and defeated Asuka. Summoned Ancient Gear Ultimate Golem, which is a pretty big deal. Even though Asuka tried her best, destroying all his cards, taking away his monster, Yuri summoning out Ancient Gear Golem to block her attacks, and she still lost because Yuri is a ruthless duelist. He's not the kind of he's like a demon incarnate right now. A demon. If you guys want more information and stuff about certain people and duelists, I can't do that for you. You can probably go to TGS Anime. He can give you like Yu-Gi-Oh profile, and go to Coolest Gamers Dylan. Like, he's a good guy. He knows a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I can't wait for the next episode. It seems that Yuya is gonna go find Yuzu, but he's gonna walk right into a trap. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's gonna be very interesting. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Comment, like, subscribe if you want more. This is Sullivan Adams. Give my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episodes 121, 123, 122, 123. I'm out. Bye.